Hi guys, it's Aegis here. Today I'm going to finally do a Ultimate Strike deck profile. I'm starting with a Overlord deck profile, and I will also be doing a Gaia deck profile in the later period when I have time to record it. So let's get to this. First I'm running one Conroe because I think he's still the best starter for Kagero for now. Then next I'm running for the Destiny. This will be your main Overlord Vanguard that you'll be riding most of the time. First skill is to Soul Blast 1 when this card is right from hand or at the start of the right phase. You can select a circle that is not Vanguard circle and put all the cards from that circle to the drop zone. So it's like a retire, and you can target lock circles, you can target circle that has a resist unit and kill all those things. The second skill is to counterblast 1 when a G unit strike on this card. Then you can select one of your opponent regard and retire, and then look at the top cards of the deck and search for one Overlord unit, add to your hand and shuffle the deck. This second skill is something that makes him very, very important, because this deck you need to have Overlord in your hand. Yep. And next I'm running two of the legends. I don't actually use the GB2 skill that much, or even not using, because normally I would just try instead, unless I really need to hit a regard or something. But the second skill about Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1 when this unit rides, look at top 5 and search for a Flame Dragon. It helps with this deck that you can search for a Strike Fodder, you can strike for your Perfect Guard, you can search another Overlord for your usage. And if you are running Dragma and you want to gamble, then you can ride him to pay the cost and look at top 5 and see if you can get another copy, because he appears and then you enter before you stride, you still have a chance to grab another copy. And next I'm running two of the old Overlords. Mainly reason is because my deck used Dragma, and I do want something with regard skill as a crit free. That's why I run him, and his skill that counterblast 3 gain 5k, and if he kills a regard he can stand himself. It's very nice, so I'm still running him. And I'm running one of the Rebirth. First reason is because I run the old Overlord, so he can be a 13k if I need him to be. And another reason is after Ultimate Strike I will not have GBs, so LB will help. Also, if I get rushed by my opponent and I need to catch up, something like that, then I can still ride him when I'm at 4 damage, and when my opponent is like on grade 2, then I can swing 2 times and maybe I win the game. So here my freeze. Next, talking about grade 2s, I'm running 4 of the new 10k dragon. First when I call or ride him, I need to show a Overlord from my hand, or if my Vanguard is Overlord, to prevent this card get minus 5,000 power. But then if you can do that, he will just be a 10k defense, so it's hard to be killed by normal 9k units. And then the second skill is if you have a grade 4 unit with Overlord in the card name, so it needs to be the grade 4 itself to have the Overlord name. Then for each card in your opponent damage zone, you get 2k, which means max he can be a 20k attacker himself. And next I'm running 4 of the Burning Horn Evolutes. He also get the same skill of gaining the power, and also a skill to retire, to Soul Blast 1 and show 1 Overlord card from your hand. When this card appears in the Riga circle, if you do, then you can select one same row of your opponent unit and retire them. So he will kill a straight line, kill one thing, which sometimes is nice. And if you need to Soul Blast some cards that you don't want them into the soul right now, then that's your chance. And then next I'm running 3 Nehalams. Don't have to explain much. He is a very good hitter for Overlord, so he's here. And next, talking about great ones, I'm running 4 of the Neobringer. First skill is when this guy appears in the Riga circle, I can select up to 2 Overlord units from a drop zone to go back to my deck. If I return 1, then I can shuffle my deck. If I return 2, then I will draw 1. Usually you will play him to put 2 back so you can draw 1. And because this deck does Soul Blast a lot, and you have like a lot of stride you need to do, so it's very nice to keep recycling your Overlord and keeping yourself not decking out. Because if you return 2, you draw 1, you still have 1 in deck, so you can always keep your number. And the second skill is to retire this unit at the start of your right phase. If you do, then when you are striding a Overlord 2 unit, then you don't have to pay the cost. So he is not actually a direct strike fodder, because only works for Overlord, but sometimes helps if he stays on the field. And next I'm running 3 of the Conroe, General Conroe, mainly to search for the Overlord that I want, discard anything that I don't want, and to counter charge. And I'm running 2 stride fodder, even though I'm running like 9 Grey Freeze here, and you have this, but there are chances that you cannot stride. So, and the stride fodder can be searched by Conroe, so just makes your deck more easier to do your first stride. And after that, you can use Destiny skill to try look for another Great Freeze, I mean. And then for Perfect Arts, I'm flipping one. This deck does use quite a lot of counterblast, and if you are facing like Mega Colony that will take out your counterblast, then here's your chance to recover. So for triggers, I'm running 5 crits, 5 draws, 2 stands, and 4 heals. I'm running fully on the Neo heal because counter charge or soul charge is important, and I don't want to gamble to see like I don't get them into hand to use Machigan in my previous testing, I wasn't using the stand, but then I realized I think he's actually quite nice to give 5,000 power and draw 1 and then get this card back. This guy also helps support Overlord if my opponent trying to stop my first attack and then suddenly I stand and then I keep killing the units again. So it helps. Yep, and talking about the G units, first I'm running 3 of the Purge. I just lucky to pull 3, so when I test I put in all 3 and I just can't find myself any other reason to take them out again. First skill is, first you need to G flip 1 card, and then put 1 Overlord from your hand into the soul. if your opponent is on 4 damage or lower, then you will deal 1 damage to them, and make sure they don't get any effects on the trigger. So this is actually a very strong skill, making your opponents from any damage that keep them safe to any damage that they cannot take anymore, or they will be very hard to guard with, because they also don't get the trigger's power. And the second skill is GB free. This unit drive check is the same as your opponent's damage, so the maximum you can go for is like 5 quintet drive. So you don't actually need to use the first skill, you can just strike into him on GB free, swing, and get the drive checks you need. And also, because when I first tried him, even if I use the first skill, I'm still on GB2, so I'm still getting free drive checks. So even if your opponent is on 1 damage or 2 damage, your first strike will not affect anything. Just give them the damage and keep pushing. And then I'm running 1 Breeze. Main reason is to keep the GB running, and also even if I don't need to use Breeze, I can just flip with the Perch. And then I'm running 2 of the A's to keep the Overlord name, because for like this guy you need the name to gain the power. And sometimes if you think the even 5 drive tracks will not get you anywhere because your opponent will be perfect guarding you, then here's your chance by keeping the Overlord name and to restand. And then I'm running for Siegenberg, also another restander, and you can also flip 1 with the Purge. It doesn't matter because his standing skill doesn't require any G flip. But I'm running 4 so that I can have like 1 for the Purge, 1 for itself, and then I can still use him 1 time to restand. So I can still strike him like 3 times. And lastly, I'm running 1 Dragma. You can run the GB8 if you want, or if you can't afford the Dragma, or you didn't pull a Dragma. Because I don't actually find most of my time I can use Dragma unless I see my opponent with a very low hand that I can make sure they are dead, or if I use up all my G-Zone. So I won't use him unless I can rush them, or like I'm running out. And then for G-Guards, I'm running 2 of the Griffin. You know you need them in Kagero, they just kill the attacker unless they got resist. And then 1 of this guy that will get 10k shield per 1 empty regard circle from your opponent just by counter blast 1. So he sometimes help against like Soa, then you can have less cards to guard with just by this, gaining some power, and do that. And next, 1 of this Overlord G-Guard, returning Overlords and kill the whole back row. But because you are using Bringer, so you might not have chances to have enough Overlord in your drop zone, which is something that you need to be careful when you are doing things in your turn. Maybe you need to keep some there so that you can guard with this. And lastly, the G flip G guard, mainly to speed up the process, and also a soul blasting chances. Killing a lower regard, resting regard may not help sometimes, but for example, if you are facing like Luard, then this is what you need, exactly what you need. Yep. So think I will keep this deck profile a little bit shorter, just like this, because the deck is quite solid that I don't need to show anything or any combos like that. It's pretty straightforward. Usually if I only need to strike 3 times and then or maybe 1 out for this, then this usually ends the game. And if I can rush them quick enough, then I will just go to Dragma. And even if I can't win with Dragma, I can still kill units. I can still restand. So it's pretty safe. I do know that most of the people are running cross sands instead of legends, Overlord and Rebirth, but that's up to you. But I do prefer to use them, and I'm happy to see that they actually get some time to shine. Actually, yes. So that's all for this deck profile. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's a good one? Do you think you prefer something else? Feel free to tell me. And I will see you in the next fight video, or maybe the next deck profile. So see you next time. Bye.